8.
Oh, he missed it.
Yeah, that's what I said. 8 pins. That's why I said, oh my God, I'm walking out.
Here you go, Dylan. Let's try to spell their names if you need to.
No, here, give me the
Thanks for bowling, man.
I can't believe that.
Do you want a wide angle lens for your camera? Actually, no, I actually have a, for my phone, I bet I have a wide angle.
Oh, you got a filter?
Nice.
Just mail out checks.
Yeah. No, I hire those done, but for Zillow, you can do a 2-minute deal. So
We'll do. We'll get together this summer.
I'm a terrible photographer.
What's up?
And I don't have all the equipment you need, so if you ever look on Zillow, you can always tell the ones that the agent took the photo because they're just dark and crappy. Most agents are terrible. Especially Ron and Tom.
I get the pick, right?
You do. Yes, sir.
Starter ready?
What?
Starter ready?
Hey!
Huh? Yeah, it's on. Yep.
What's that?
Oh, can you clear him down there? You know how?
It's tough. We got him, Dan. He's got him.
At least my 2A spare didn't cost me. That's all I care about. I had to get it.
Mike McGinn, if you are listening, top 5 are Rocky Gonzalez, Dan Bock. That is our first match here. Then Charles Vashaw, plus 200. Chad Nelson, plus 209. And Ryan Savoy at plus 476. There was an update that was put on after 4, so you should have been able to see that. But anyways, that is who the top 5 are. Rocky Gonzalez, Dan Bock, Charles Vashaw, Chad Nelson, and the number 1 seed, Ryan Savoy.
I'd rather do this. Because I really cut there.
You're out $10, my ball.
You're like a jinx killer.
Well, it was convenient that I spun a 5 bet. It's convenient that I spun a 5 bet when I needed it.
I saw the label like 4 times.
Yeah.
I saw you just going around and around.
I ran because you were in my way. I didn't see a damn thing. I'm like, what's going on?
All right, both players first frame. Got a strike, all tied up after 1. Rocky made the cut in the 13th position, plus 92. And Bock made the cut in the 9th position at plus 127. After the match play, Rocky plus 89, Bock plus 149. But everything all square here as we enter into the step ladders. Rocky with a 10-pin here. And through 2, Rocky's clean. We got strike spare, 20 in the first, spare up in the second.
Dan Bock stepping up here in the second, strike up in the first. Good shot there. Oh, 4-pin up and around that 7. Spare here, make it all square. That black portfolio, that black computer bag I've got, there's a, in the very front of it, there's a high zipper and a low zipper. The low zipper has got my truck keys in it. Easy spare for Bock, keeping the match all clean. Both players striking the first and single pin spares in the second. We are all square. Dan Bock stepping up on the left lane in the third frame. Moved in a little bit. Looks like it was the right move to make. All 10 back. Bock strike, spare, strike through 3.
Thank you.
Thanks for bowling, man. Appreciate it. Missed in a little there, yeah. Not catching the break, leaving a 5-pin. Well, catching the break to leave just the 5-pin, but single pin spare for Rocky up here in the third. You pissing and mowing still?
Yeah.
Stop pissing and mowing.
Get back to talking about fucking balls and stuff. No, it wasn't too long this morning.
No, you had a good look right away. All right, solid conversion for Rocky there, staying clean. Strike, spare, spare. For Rocky as he steps up in the fourth on the left lane. You need money? All right, Rocky up here in the fourth. Another miss in, but this time fortunate carries that Brooklyn. Staying clean, strike, pair of single pin spares, and another strike in the fourth. Bock stepping up on the right lane here. Strike, spare, strike, so chance for a double here in the fourth. Coming up high, leaving the 610 here. Spare here to stay on that Dutch pace. Hey, Dave Whitman, how you doing? Oh, fortunate break. 6 back out of the pit, taking the 10 out from the backside. Big break there for Bock. Keeping it clean, staying on Dutch pace. Look at a solid field today with 44 entries, so very, very happy with the turnout.
Yeah, you can see where the end zone starts there. We got the lettering, and it's
Alex, better shot there. Yep, all 10 back. And for the first time this match, Rocky will be stepping up on the right-hand lane here. A chance to double and a chance to take the lead.
I'm like, all right, I'll get around him. And I get to the right of him, I look back, I'm going over my back. He turned him. I'm like, oh, crap.
Oh, that was a better shot. Oh, boy, 2 in a row, catching the Brooklyn carry. That one he actually did project a little better. Last time on 12, he missed in pretty bad. Barely tickled the head pin on the left side. Left that light 5 pin. This time, made a better shot, still crossed over, but got the lucky carry. Yeah, Nate, they were bowling on Broadway today. Broadway was the pattern of choice. Looks like he overshot the move a little bit. Light 2 pin. Fairly easy conversion here. So again, we had 44 entries today, taking the top 14 into the match play. It only took plus 83 to get into the match play today, so even though the pattern was a little softer ratio, still ended up everybody kind of playing all over the place and making them fairly tough. Easy conversion for Rocky there. Staying clean. Rocky at 108 in the 5th. Dan is stepping up. Possibility of a double. He will need that to try and cut into that lead. Steve, who are the bowlers in the roll-off? We have Rocky Gonzalez versus Dan Bock right now. Oh, big double there for Dan. Getting some fortunate carry of his own. And a chance now to actually step up here on the left lane and take the lead. 3rd seed, Charles Vashaw. Number 2 seed, Chad Nelson. And the number 1 seed, Ryan Savoy. That it rounds off the top 5 in the stepladder. All right, Bock stepping up left lane here. Chance for the turkey and the lead. Another move in. Well played, well played. 3-bagger for Bock. Starting to maybe take a little control of this match. He'll be at 110 in the 5th. Rocky is 108 in the 5th. Strike up in the 6th. Definitely needs a strike here to try and cut back into the lead that Bock has now built. A little too far. Yeah. Boy, he has had a bad look on that right lane. Threw a pretty good shot last frame, or last time on that lane. Still checked early this time. He gave it some more room. He's definitely got the over-under look. So split in the 7th here for Gonzalez. He has 125 in the 6th, and this split in the 7th. Meanwhile, Bock has got 80 in the 4th. Big conversion. Great spare, great spare. Staying clean, so 125 in the 6th, spare in the 7th. For Rocky, Bock has got 80 in the 4th and a 3-bagger up in the 5th, 6th, and 7th.
pattern is definitely played more and more difficult as it breaks down and they have to get in. It makes sense. You got a shorter pattern, a little more volume to the middle. But Kerry definitely in match play after the re-oil done between the qualifying and match play. Kerry has definitely gone down. Scores went down. Minus one or two guys up at the top. The pace really evened out, and they did become quite a bit more difficult.
Our shot, your orders ready for our shot.
All right, and Rocky staying clean, 144 in the 7th, spare up in the 8th. Bock is stepping up in the right lane with a chance to definitely take control of the match, though. He is Dutch through the 4th with a 3-bagger up in the 5th, 6th, 7th. Just been trouble for both players. We got a 2-8-10. 8 drop late. 2-10 for Bock here on that right lane. That lane definitely seems to have a hang spot. Both players trying to attack it a little further right than what they're attacking lane 11. And both players finding a hard time getting the right kind of motion at the break point. They've either found it hook early. Big conversion. Both players picking up that combination of a 2-10 in one fashion on that right lane. Anyways, yeah, that right lane definitely got a little hang spot to it. Left lane a lot cleaner, a lot more defined at the break point. Both players seem to have a good look there. Kind of seems that right lane will be a definite deciding factor here. 158 in the 7th for Bock, so he's got a 14-pin lead as he steps up in the 9th. Misses in just a little bit. 3-6-9-10. Very difficult spare for the right-handers. All right, good conversion. Well done. Both players clean here through 9. Rocky is definitely going to need a strike here to try and put any kind of pressure on Bock at all. He's 144 in the 7th, spare up in the 8th. Yeah, David, Pat Burkhart bowled today. Haven't seen him since I've taken over the tournament director duties, so it was good to see him bowl in a CBA again and made the match play. All right, Rocky a little more firm. Yeah, he chose not to give it the room and still wanted to check early. 3-6 up for Rocky on that right lane. 162 in the 8th, so still down by 12. Absolutely needs this spare here to stay alive, and he's probably going to need a little help as well. All right, spare conversion stays clean through 9. 162 in the 8th, spare up in the 9th as he gets up in the 10th. So a possible 212. So we still have all kinds of combinations of different ways this could go, but he is absolutely going to need a strike here to put any kind of pressure on Bock. Kurt, top 5 are Rocky and Dan, who are bowling now. Chuck Vashaw, 3 seed. Chad Nelson 2 seed, and Ryan Savoy your step ladder leader, or 1 seed in the step ladder. Oh, roll it. And it does. Slow Messenger comes across, takes the 10 out. Possible 212 still here for Gonzalez. Rolling that 10 pin late. All right, still in a pretty much must-have situation here. He's going to have this strike. Keep any kind of pressure on Dan. Looked in a little bit. Oh, gets that high 9 to go out. Huge double. And count. Gets the first. That's true. Yeah. You got at least 9 and a fill. Yeah. And count on the last ball.
Depending on this shot.
Oh, out the window a little. Oh, all right. Well, good enough to put the pressure on here. So we got 211 final score for Rocky. This was Rocky's first ever stepladder appearance in the CBA, so he did a great job staying clean that game. Held the pressure, the nerves off. Gave it a good run. We'll see what Dan can do here with it. Bock's got 174 in the 8th, spare up in the 9th. Going to need a 9 count at a minimum here. Actually, with that 9 count, Rocky's last ball. Well, points moved. Bock got the strike.
I definitely would have thrown it out the window.
Well, you did all day, Matt.
Every shot all day.
All right, now Bock just really kind of needing to keep it in play, get some decent count here, and he will walk away with the victory. But this right lane has been squirrely. And in true Bock fashion, he finds it when he needs it. That will wrap it up for Dan. He can strike out for 224. Bone, I have upgraded. I actually have an iPad tripod. So no more napkin holders, no more ketchup bottles. We've got the real deal. So he's not my napkin holder. He's just a thorn in my side and a very loud individual who you'll hear throughout the telecast, I'm sure. All right, that wrapped it up. Bock striking out the 10th, seals the deal, 224-211 over Gonzalez. He will move on to take on Charles Vashaw in our next match. You can stay with us. We're just going to move the camera over one pair.
Cassie, your latest now available. Cassie.
And we'll get ready for our next match. Those guys will be taking 2 shots on each lane.
Also, Monica, your latest now available. Monica, your latest now available.
All right, so these guys will jump right into it here. 2 shots on each lane for them. We'll erase them out. And we'll get going with the next match. So Charles Vashaw made the cut at plus 141 today. He was in 8th place after qualifying.
There was no carry over of pins, so everybody started over scratch again when it got to the match play portion. Charles did get into the third seed for the step ladder at plus 200 even. Absolutely split down the middle, 150 bonus points for winning his matches and plus 150 based on his, or plus 50 based on his score to get to that plus 200. Again, Dan Bock made the cut right behind Charles. He was plus 127 after the qualifying. That was the ninth qualifier, or ninth place qualifier. And after match play, he was at plus 149. 120 of that. Bonus pins and 29 on his score, based off of his score. So, for those just joining, we have the number 4 seed, Dan Bock, advancing over Rocky Gonzalez, 224 to 211. Clean match for both players in match 1, even with a few splits. And Dan advances to take on Charles Vashaw, our number 3 seed. They got about one shot each, maybe on each lane left here. And we will get started with our second step ladder match. Yep, we're good. Kurt, we had a total of 3 senior players today. Corbett, Dale Storm, and Chuck. All right, and Charles also striking in the first frame, giving us tie score after 1. Both players striking after 1. Again, for those that missed the first match, Dan Bock advances over Rocky Gonzalez, 224 to 211. Both players were clean through that match, so a very good first match to our step ladder finals here at Summery Lanes. Charles leaving that swishy light 10 pin. All right, Vashaw to stay clean, going at that 10, easy conversion.
Chuck with 20 in the first, spare up in the second. Bock stepping up on the right lane in the second frame. He has a strike up in the first. And a double for Bock, taking an early lead. Kurt pattern we used today was Broadway. Kegel pattern Broadway, 36 feet. We did have a re-oil in between qualifying and match play. All right, Bock staying perfect through 3. They are not on a house shot, Skinner. Again, it was Broadway that was used. The reapplication of Broadway between qualifying and match play actually made them quite tricky. Scores were kind of high in my estimation for qualifying. Again, it took plus 83 to make the top 14 and make the cut. But once we got into the match play and we had the re-oil, the scoring pace definitely tamed down. Again, outside of Ryan Savoy, who went on an absolute tear, won every match and averaged about 240 throughout the match play. Outside of that, you're going to find most guys averaged about 2.0 to maybe 210 on the re-oiled match play pattern. Vashaw with a strike there, staying on Dutch pace through 3. High 6-pin. He is a Savoy. There's no doubt about that, Kurt. And Charles to stay clean. Very easy spare for Charles. And Bock, perfect through 3, stepping up right lane, 4th frame. Pretty good shot. Perfect through 4. Steve, we consider anybody over the age of 50 a senior. The only advantage to being a senior is we do have a bonus senior casher that is paid out on a 1-for-3 ratio of the non-cashing seniors, and you must have 3 non-cashing seniors at a minimum in order to even pay that bonus out. The MSC would be your senior-based organization. Bock up in the 4th frame, perfect through 3, make that 4. Charles, if he's going to put any pressure on, is going to have to get started here soon. Stepping up in the 5th frame on the right lane, and he's at Dutch pace through 4. Looked in a little bit. Oh, yeah, in quite a bit, but gets the Brooklyn carry. Stays on that Dutch pace. Going to need to take advantage of that here.
Here, ladies now available.
He is going to have to jump on that strike, make it a double here, have much of a chance, at least by the way the early going looks. This might come as a surprise, but Bock is using a high road pearl. There we go, taking advantage of that. Charles with a double, first double of the game for him, staying clean through 6. Dutch through 4, double in the 5th and 6th. Bock perfect through 5 here. Bock with a 6-bagger. Yeah, exactly, Mike. It's really a shock when Bock pulls the high road pearl out. Definitely one of his go-to balls ever since we drilled it for him. He's definitely had a fondness for it right out of the gates. And if the pattern can shape, get a little bit of a burn in the front part of the lane with a little carry down to where he's forced into needing something to give that kind of angle down lane, this ball shape's fantastic for him. Missed in a little bit, maybe even a titch slow on that one. Leaving a split, he's got the 6, 7, 9, 10. 6, 7, 9, 10 for Bock here in the 7th frame. He was perfect through 6, so he will maintain his lead, but definitely gives an opening for Chuck Vashaw to step up and try and take advantage of. Chuck is working on a double. Chuck's been a little lost on this right lane. He did carry a Brooklyn last time up on this right lane. Let's see what kind of an adjustment he makes. Definitely needs this 3-bagger to keep some pressure applied. Much better shot. Still hooked on him. Makes me think maybe he didn't miss quite as much in as it looked like on the last shot on that lane. Leaving the 410 here. Making a run at it. No. Losing all the pin count there. It's going to give Vashaw 134 in the 7th. Definitely hands all the momentum and advantage right back to Bock, who is 174 in the 7th. So a 40-pin lead here coming down the stretch for Dan. And another Brooklyn carry. Senior carry here for Chuck Vashaw. Making that 5-pin come out late.
Really pretty, isn't it?
That was beautiful.
Yeah, SpongeBob is still signing himself in Vegas.
All right, so Bock steps up, 174 in the 7th. Working on an open, so needing to start over. Watch that late messenger. Oh, no, didn't get around in time. Flush 7-pin. Routine spare here for Dan. Should run this down without any issue. Maintain his lead. Oh, no. Yeah, I got there. Looked like he might have missed that a little right. Looked like he had a little approach issue, but the old plastic ball got over there. Picks up that spare, 174 in the 7th, spare up in the 8th, stepping up in the 9th on the left lane. Got about a 34-pin lead at the moment. Oh, 6-pin comes up and bumps out that 10. That was a big strike to carry for Bock. 194 in the 8th with a strike in the 9th. Chuck absolutely needs this strike here. Try to maintain any pressure on Bock at all. This is the lane that's been hooking on him and continues to. Another 4-pin for Charles on that right lane. This will all about seal this up. Kurt, the next CBA is at Flaherty's, and it will be on Father's Day, June 18th. We'll have a 9 o'clock start. Standard one-day format of 8 games of qualifying and some variable form of either a round robin or luck of the draw match play to follow, and a step ladder after that. Check the newsletter for all the details. Or like us on Facebook for the updates. And the light swisher 10 again for Charles on the left lane here. So he's definitely got that hook on the right lane and not quite enough finish, enough power on the left lane. Oh, rare open for Chuck in the 10th. Not that it probably really mattered at that point, so maybe he was just trying to expedite everything here. Chuck's going to finish 182, and he will take home 4th place in this month's CBA. Bock will be stepping up in the right lane here, match already in hand. 194 in the 8th, strike in the 9th. Bock will be advancing to meet number 2 seed Chad Nelson in our next match. Number 6 seed Matt Payne went home, or should. All right, 10-pin for Bock here, just a formality, pick this up. Or let it go and move on to the next match. There we go. So we've got 222, Dan Bock, 182, Chuck Vashaw. Dan moving on again. Meet Chad Nelson here. We're going to move to the next pair. We'll stay streaming, but we are going to move over to the next pair here for our next match. Stick with us. They're going to get 2 shots on each lane, and we will begin. I'm a lush. All right, here we go, all lined up. Next pair. Again, we will have Chad Nelson and Dan Bock in our semifinal match. The winner of this match will advance to meet Ryan Savoy, our number 1 seed in the stepladder final. They're going to have 2 shots on each lane here to get loose. And then we will be into our semifinal match.
Yeah, unfortunately, there is nothing I can do about the brightness level on this. These guys are just a couple of glow-in-the-dark leg fellas. Early in the season, we let them wear shorts. It's 45 degrees outside and rainy, and they both come in with shorts on. It's like they're Minnesotan or something. So Chad Nelson was the number 3 qualifier today. He qualified plus 202. And after we re-oiled and had the match play, he got to plus 209. 120 of that was bonus pins, so he won 4 out of his 6 matches. And went plus 89 all on his own score. Definitely a big discrepancy here. At the top, Ryan Savoy definitely kind of ran away with the match play. He had games of 256, 278, 279 right out of the gate of match play for 8-13. He won every single match in match play. He went 224, 235, 224 for the last 3. So definitely a very solid 6-game match play set there for Mr. Savoy, sitting at the number 1 seed. You guys ready to go?
Yeah, Danny.
All right, Chad, the higher seed, is elected to have Dan start the match. As soon as they got them cleared out, which they do, we'll get started. This is our semifinal match here, CBA, Sunray Lanes.
Hang up for photos or?
You have time, you don't mind? I can take it right after this match, too, so you can eat it. Who's 5th? Tucker. He's still here. I need a picture. I forgot to take a picture again.
You get a picture. Chuck, don't leave.
Good thinking. He's the one that brought it up. Smart
Okay,
veteran.
well, thanks for bringing it up, but don't leave.
Yeah, Rocky.
Stuff out.
I need a picture. Oh, yeah. We'll do that.
I do want to roll, but you know.
All right, so Bock starting on the left lane with a strike.
Might be the ugliest one we've ever seen, but it's all right.
Chad, little light swisher 7 here. Should be a fairly straightforward conversion. And both players clean through 1. Solid strike by Chad on the left lane. He's going to have 20 in the second. And Bock will be stepping up on the right lane. Strike in the first frame. Looking to grab a lead here with a double in the second. And he gets that double. Bock perfect through 2. Taking a quick lead over Chad Nelson.
It's like Book. B-O-U-K. Book.
light 7.
Oh, yeah.
Frame 3 here on the left lane for Bock. Pretty easy conversion, should be.
Yep.
And it was an easy conversion. Bock 49 in the second, spare up in the third. Nelson now coming up on the right-hand lane and a chance to take the lead with a double here in the third.
See, I told you, I thought he was. Surprised the hell out of me, but
Brandon.
Dead 10 for Chad in the third on that right lane.
All right, I'm dragging my feet. I gotta go.
Bye.
See you, buddy.
This might be the first time.
Routine spare for Chad in the third. Staying clean on Dutch base, moving to the left lane in the fourth. 40 in the second, spare up in the third. Bock with 49 in the second, spare up in the third. Settle. Good shot. Good shot for Chad, staying on Dutch pace. 60 in the third, strike up in the fourth. Chad definitely took the route that some of the younger players did with this shorter pattern and the amount of friction we had. Chad's been throwing urethane basically all day, throwing a storm pitch black. Bock went the other route. Not a urethane in his bag. Gets that 10 to trip out. Bock 69 in the third, strike up in the fourth. Got a 9-pin lead. Both players with strikes up. Again, Charles, yes, Chad has been throwing urethane all day. So he has been staying right on this short pattern with urethane. Bock went the other route. He's been kind of looping it out to the dry and back. So you definitely can see these two players attacking him the most common way that we saw today, which was either a urethane and staying right. Bock with a light mixer there, doubling up. So we either saw people playing urethane, staying to the right, or doing what Dan has done, moving in, projecting right, kind of bumping it off the dry after it was created, and trying to play a little more loop. Again, Chad, he took the urethane route, so for those of you watching, you see Chad pretty far right on this short pattern. He is using urethane and has all day. And that's a big double for Chad on that right lane. He kind of struggled a little bit with the look on that. He had the light 7 in the first frame, the dead 10 in the second. Now he's got a better look. Keeps the match within 9. Through 5, both players working on doubles. Again, the winner of this match will meet Ryan Savoy in the championship match. Ryan went on a tear, 8-13 out of the gate. Match play, back-to-back 270s. Ryan also throwing urethane all day today. We got at a 6-9 here for Chad in the 6th. Looks like he kind of missed one a little bit. He was hoping that was going to hold. Makes the conversion, stays clean. Chad, 108 in the 5th. Spare up in the 6th. Bock with 69 in the 3rd and a double in the 4th and 5th. Looking to extend his lead with a 3-bagger here on the right lane in the 6th. Good shot. 3-bagger for Bock. Twins tied it already. 2-2. What? They're unreal. The Twins. Twins tied it already. I just got the notification. We were down 0-2. Yeah, there it is. 2-2. It's unreal.
They're young and hungry.
It's unreal.
Next
Lost
year,
5 bites.
Next year,
I won't bet you next year. All right, Bock looking for a 4-bagger. Oh, a little fortunate carry there. 279 pace through 7. Bock with a 4-bagger up. Chad definitely needs to get something going here. This lane has been kind of his tough lane. He's got that light 7. He's got that dead 10. He did strike last time on this lane. Again, he is using the urethane. Really good shot. You could tell he bared down on that one. 128 in the 6th, strike up in the 7th. He's got some work to do. Bock's not letting up at all. I've got an excuse. I have to. What's that? Okay. Okay. I've got an excuse. I have to. Well, looks like he moved in. Oh, Messenger across, taking that 4 out. That was a big double. He needed that to really kind of stay in the match here. It's going to give Chad 128 in the 6th. He's got the double in the 7th and 8th. The Bock is up in the 8th frame on the right lane, working on a 4-bagger. Got the 1 spare in the middle. He is keeping the pedal to the floor. 5-bagger for Bock, extending his lead, keeping that 279 pace going into the 9th frame. At this point, Nelson's definitely going to have to need a little bit of help.
Can I comment? There's 145 viewers. Don't you people have probably?
It's crazy.
still going on.
All right, Nelson stepping up here in the 9th frame on the right lane. This lane hasn't been nice to him, but he has doubled.
took that 3 in a row in that right lane, that maybe is becoming his good lane. He needs them all. He's going to have every one of them and some help to even have a chance. Up to 160 second. I know. All right, Chad moved in. Not a good shot. That'll wrap it up here. 3-6-10 for Chad. First ball in the 10th. Definitely gave it his all today. Again, Chad had qualified third at plus 202. He moved up to second after match play was done. Number 2 seed in the step ladder. We'll see if Bock fast tracks this a little bit. Definitely has the game wrapped up. Chad, plastic on the last ball. Look at that thing shape in there. Guess he should have been playing with that. Chad with 225 in the semifinal. Bock did pick it up. We will get to see one more shot out of him. Our final match will start here in just a few minutes. We're going to get each player 2 shots on each lane. Bock striking to wrap it up, 258 to 225 over Nelson in the semifinals. We will have Dan Bock versus our number 1 seed, Ryan Savoy. Coming up in just a couple seconds, we're going to move one pair over. I'll keep streaming. Each player is going to get 2 shots on each lane.
I read about.
Move. You don't have to move.
I got a little problem with the sighting. Is my thing.
I thought when we first opened the course, people were super critical of able to there's nothing to shoot at, just lines and difficult.
In the 70s, they had the U.S. Open.
Who wins most games today? Called it a dog field.
That would have won absolutely 90% of the matches, except for any of them against Dan Bock.
The longer he, more push we got, I know he'd be tough.
Yeah. Well, and he's taken the resin route around it so he can create angle as they go.
A little more hit.
You bet.
Where do you guys generally play?
It's crazy.
Been there a few years, man, so they always ask them to play. Yeah, it's 75 now. 75.
So again, we will have Ryan Savoy, your number 1 seed, taking on Dan Bock. Bock came in as the number 4 seed into match play.
He's kind of a new owner too, right? He was like addressing.
Ran his way through the ladder. Savoy had a great look through the match play. Ryan just made the cut. He was the number 14 qualifier. That's what we took today, was 14. He was at plus 83. As soon as we had the re-oil for match play, Ryan went on a tear. 256, 278, 279 his first 3 games. Winning all 3 matches for 90 bonus. And shooting 813 while doing it. He did go 224, 235, 224 after that. He did win every match in the match play. This guy's got about one shot each here. Ryan will get the choice whether he wants to start the match, or whether he wants Bock to start the match. And then we will get underway. Kind of like last match, we'll watch Ryan Savoy attack him a little differently. He's going to be coming at him with urethane, just like Chad Nelson did in the last match, coming at it with urethane on the outside. And then we'll watch Dan Bock as he takes resin, kind of covers across the whole lane, creates a little more angle, a little more hit. Looks like Ryan has decided to start the match. And here we go. Our final match, Ryan Savoy versus Dan Bock. Title match, CBA Sunray Lanes.
That's one of those matches, so that's actually.
Yours ready, Stevie.
I think you can just give it away. Yeah. Late enough now where you're getting forced to need more. You're getting forced to have. Yeah. For sure. What do we got here? So we got a 258 and a chop. Little conversation we're having here. We just kind of discussing the urethane attack here. It's I think kind of reaching that point here where urethane not able to create what it needs down lane, a little carry down, a little earlier hook. The more you move in, the more angle you need. I definitely think Bock is attacking him the right way. And there's the black cloud from me. Bock with a 3. We got the 346 lead. I'll gladly take that and sell it. Thanks.
Raffle.
All right, this is makeable here. Let's see what Dan can do. There we are, tied. Both players opening the first frame. 9-9 after one frame. Yeah, sorry about that, Michelle. I shouldn't have said anything. I do believe he has taken the correct route, trying to attack the lanes. I think earlier in the day the urethane was great, but I definitely gave him the kiss of death on that one. Oh, a little great carry to make up for it. Striking in the second. Savoy stepping up on the right lane in the second frame. Chance to tie. That's what did it. What's funny is I didn't. I can't now. All right, we got a 6-pin for Ryan, a little high there. Should be a fairly easy spare here for Ryan. Real early here, frame number 2. Title match, CBA. At Sunray Lanes here in St. Paul. Oh no. And maybe a little pressure here. This is Ryan's first title match. Maybe feeling the nerves a little bit there, but he pulls her. Misses to the left of the 6, and he's got open, 18 in the second. Dan Bock with a split in the first frame, but getting some great carry in the second. Striking in the second and taking the lead. All right, Ryan getting a little relaxed here, striking the third. Still early enough, and Bock does not have a good look. He's, I think, again, playing the lanes the right way. He's the only one out of the top three that were left here that's using resin, creating some angle and some hit. I think it's a good choice. This pair definitely has more friction, as you can see there again as he leaves at 3.6910. This pair's got more friction than the pair he just came off of. Maybe the two shots on each lane not enough. Get him kind of lined up here. Very tough spare for a right-hander. Let's see how Dan attacks this. Trying to maintain his lead. Not getting to the 3-pin, and we got both players with 2 opens and 1 strike apiece. And we've got Savoy 18 in the second, strike in the third. Bock 37 in the third, working on an open. There we go, moved in a little bit. Obviously starting to read some of that extra friction he's got on this pair. Strike in the fourth there for Bock. Savoy stepping up on the right lane. 18 in the second, strike in the third, trying to double up here in the fourth. Cameron, definitely a tough pair. This is quite a bit more friction than what Dan saw in 7 and 8. And for Ryan coming in off the practice pair, who knows what he's seeing different, but they sure aren't easy. There's a good shot by Ryan, getting back into form here, doubling up. Stepping up here, chance at a 3-bagger here on the left lane. Again, Ryan attacking him with urethane. It has looked so good throughout the match play, but they are really transitioning here. Varying step ladder. Leaving a 9-pin, easy conversion. He's got a 10-pin lead through 3. All right, solid conversion for Ryan. Looks like the nerves are getting a little bit out of the way here. 67 in the fourth for Ryan. Spare up in the fifth. Bock has got a chance to pull the match even and even take a little lead here, but he absolutely will need a strike here. No 9-pin in the rack on the right lane here, so he resets him. All right, and we're reset, and here we go. Great shot. Great shot. Well, there's one thing about Dan. That mental game is extremely strong. The guy has got some of the best focus, mental fortitude that we've seen. Definitely digs deep for that one. Chance for him to take a 10-pin lead here. Stepping up in the 6th on the left lane. Double up.
60 that squat. Yeah, I think I should have lost one.
I don't know if he moved in a little or if he just missed in a little. 2 for 10 either way on that left lane. Keeping the match close. Oh, sends the 2 around in front and around the 10. 92 in the 6th for Dan. Now Savoy steps up. Right lane. Chance to take the lead. Yeah, that one looked like he missed right. Getting the same treatment. 2, 4, 8, 10 on the right lane. And so we are tied through 5, and if Ryan gets 3 out of this mess, we will be tied through 6. Only gets 2, so that'll give Bock a 1-pin lead as we head into the 7th. Savoy 91 in the 6th, Bock 92 in the 6th. Both players working on an open. Savoy stepping up, 7th frame, left lane. Great shot on that left lane, strike for Savoy. Putting a little pressure on Dan, needing to step up. Dan's going into this frame, 1-pin lead. Oh, and a kick off the wall there. Dan is going to keep that 1-pin lead. Both players striking in the 7th. Dan stepping up in the 8th here on the left lane. Chance to extend that lead. He's got a 1-pin lead. Both players working on strikes. Big double there by Bock, extending his lead.
He's got over 260 just a second ago.
All right, Savoy definitely needing a strike here. That was a much better shot than the last one on that lane. Good job doubling up, keeping the match within 1. Bock has got 92 in the 6th with a double. Savoy has got 91 in the 6th with a double. Stepping up on the left lane, 9th frame. carry on that one late. 3-bagger, putting the pressure on Bock. Well, Mom, your turkey call worked. He got it. Bock first shot here in the ninth. Can't roll it. Leaves that 2-pin. That's going to give Bock 121 in the 7th. Spare here will give him 141 in the 8th. Savoy will be in the 150s with any kind of count in the 8th, so he has taken the lead, but it is extremely tight as we head into the 10th. Bock can get to 191 total. Bock steps up here, left lane in the 10th. Absolutely needing a strike here. Try and put any pressure back on the Savoy. Good shot. Never finished. Looks like that really burned up down lane. 2-8-10 for Bock here in the 10th. Well, they get the two of them. That's going to get Bock 167 for a total. It's going to pretty much just leave it up to very little count. And Ryan Savoy will win his first CBA title. On the right lane, working on a turkey. That was a really good shot. Really good shot. 4-bagger for Ryan there. And he's going to take his first step in following in Dad's footsteps. Ryan, the son of USBC Hall of Famer Todd, making a little mark for himself here, winning his first CBA title. Sunray Lanes. And here we go, leaving that 3-6 in the 11th. Running it down with a spare. Ryan Savoy winning his first CBA title against Dan Bock. 199 to 167 in the finals. And that'll wrap it up for us here at Sunray Lanes. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Congratulations again, Ryan Savoy, his first CBA title.